What if the secret to living not just longer, but healthier and stronger after 65 was hidden in the first moments of your morning? Imagine waking up each day with energy in your body, clarity in your mind, and strength in your heart, knowing that what you do right after opening your eyes could add years, decades even, to your life. Most people believe longevity is all about luck or genetics, but science says otherwise. Research shows that up to 80% of how long and how well you live depends on daily habits, not on the genes you were born with. That means the power to extend your life is already in your hands, and it starts with what you choose to do every single morning. The truth is, after the age of 65, the body enters a delicate stage where small decisions make the biggest difference. Skipping the right habits can accelerate aging, weaken your immune system, and increase your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and memory decline. But practicing the right habits can protect your brain, your heart, and even your bones, making the next 3 decades not only possible, but vibrant. This isn't theory. It's backed by research from leading universities and health organizations worldwide. Daily morning rituals have been shown to boost life expectancy, lower disease risk, and improve overall happiness. That means you don't have to settle for decline as you age. You can actively choose to build a longer, stronger future. Think of your mornings as the foundation of your day. Just like a house built on strong ground lasts longer, a life built on powerful morning habits becomes more resilient against the challenges of aging. What you do in the first hour after waking sets the rhythm for your heart, your brain, and even your cells. Harvard studies confirm that consistent routines lower stress, balance hormones, and strengthen immunity. Other research highlights that even modest lifestyle adjustments done first thing in the morning can dramatically lower the risk of chronic diseases. This means your mornings are not just hours to pass, they are the most valuable investment into your future health. But here's the problem most people face. Mornings are rushed, distracted, or filled with habits that drain rather than restore. Coffee on an empty stomach, skipping hydration, reaching straight for the phone. These patterns take a silent toll over time. What's worse is that they become automatic, stealing years of health without us noticing. Yet, when replaced with proven, science-backed habits, the results are undeniable. People who follow structured, healthy morning routines experience sharper thinking, stronger muscles, healthier hearts, and even longer telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA that determine how fast you age. Every choice you make in the morning either accelerates or slows down the aging clock. The reward for getting this right is life itself, 30 more years of it, 30 more years to see your family grow, to travel, to learn, to laugh, to create memories you thought might never be possible. That is not just wishful thinking. Studies on long-lived populations from Japan to the Mediterranean prove that daily practices rooted in the morning are the cornerstone of longevity. These aren't rare miracles, they are repeatable habits anyone can adopt starting now. And here's my promise to you. If you stay with me until the end of this video, you'll discover the exact morning routine backed by solid science that can help you live not only longer, but with more energy, focus, and joy. This isn't about quick fixes or empty claims. It's about real, verifiable steps you can take every morning that will extend both the length and quality of your life. So keep watching, because the habits you're about to learn may very well be the reason you wake up strong, clear, and alive for decades to come. The reason mornings matter so deeply is because of how the human body works. When you wake up, your body is shifting from a state of rest and repair into a state of action and energy. Hormones are being released, blood pressure is adjusting, and your metabolism is turning on. These early hours act as a reset button for your health. And the choices you make during this time decide whether your system begins the day in balance or in stress. If the first signals you give your body are healthy ones, you set the stage for lower inflammation, stronger immunity, and better energy levels all day long. But if the first signals are harmful, your body spends the day fighting against you instead of working for you. This is why the people who live the longest tend to have structured mornings. They understand that how you start is how you continue. Science confirms that the body is more sensitive in the morning, and this sensitivity can either be used to heal or to harm. Cortisol, the hormone that helps you wake up, peaks in the early hours. If you feed it with stress, stimulants, or poor habits, you push cortisol too high, and that leads to anxiety, blood sugar spikes, and high blood pressure. But if you feed it with calmness, hydration, light movement, and sunlight, cortisol works in your favor. It wakes you up gently, boosts focus, and even supports fat metabolism. This balance is what helps you feel alive instead of drained as the day unfolds. Research in journals on aging and preventive medicine shows that morning routines based on hydration, movement, and mindful practices reduce the risk of chronic illness and significantly increase lifespan. This isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right things when your body is most ready to respond. Longevity experts often describe the body as a system of rhythms. One of the most important rhythms is the circadian rhythm, the internal clock that controls sleep, hormones, and cellular repair. Your morning is the most powerful time to tune this clock. When you expose your eyes to natural light, when you drink water after a night of fasting, when you give your muscles gentle movement, you're sending signals to every cell that it's time to wake up and thrive. This synchronization doesn't just give you energy for the day, it also improves how well your body repairs itself at night. Studies show that people with well-regulated circadian rhythms have lower risks of Alzheimer's, heart disease, diabetes, and even cancer. By aligning your mornings with this natural rhythm, you're aligning yourself with life itself. Think about the heart. After 65, the risk of heart problems increases dramatically. But one of the biggest triggers for heart attacks happens in the morning. Blood pressure naturally rises when you wake, and if the body is dehydrated, inflamed, or stressed, this rise becomes dangerous. Yet simple morning actions like drinking water, stretching, or breathing deeply can stabilize blood pressure and protect the heart. Cardiovascular studies prove that morning hydration alone can reduce the strain on the heart by helping the blood flow more easily, preventing clots, and reducing stroke risk. That single habit can be the difference between strain and safety, and it only takes a glass of water. The brain, too, benefits most in the morning. Research shows that morning activity improves blood flow to the brain, boosts memory, and sharpens focus. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections, is highest when the mind is fresh, and this window is often strongest after waking. That's why starting the day with mental stimulation like reading or light problem solving strengthens cognitive reserve. People who engage in these habits consistently are less likely to face dementia or memory decline. It's a protective effect built not on complicated medicine, but on simple daily practice. Energy balance is another crucial point. Many older adults feel fatigue throughout the day, not because of age itself, but because their mornings are unbalanced. Skipping breakfast, relying on caffeine, or ignoring protein intake leaves the body running on unstable energy. Over time, this weakens muscles, increases the risk of falls, and reduces independence. But studies show that starting the day with a balanced meal rich in protein and fiber not only stabilizes energy, but also preserves lean muscle, which is directly linked to longer lifespan. Maintaining strong muscles means maintaining freedom, and that freedom begins with what you put on your plate each morning. Even stress, one of the silent killers, is shaped by the morning. The way you breathe, think, and feel in the first hour creates a hormonal cascade that lasts. High stress early on keeps cortisol elevated, which damages blood vessels, accelerates aging, and weakens the immune system. But starting with practices that calm the mind, whether through deep breathing, gratitude, or quiet reflection, lowers cortisol and triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural protectors. Research published in psychology and cardiology journals shows that people who practice morning mindfulness enjoy lower risks of depression, anxiety, and heart disease, and they often live longer, healthier lives. What all of this proves is simple. Mornings are not just hours to pass. They are the most critical investment you can make into your future. By treating your morning as sacred, you give yourself the chance to repair, to strengthen, and to protect your body from the challenges of aging. Each choice compounds over time, and those small actions repeated daily become the foundation of decades of added life. The science is clear. Your mornings are your medicine. And when used wisely, they can add 30 more years of health, strength, and clarity to your journey. The science of longevity. Longevity is not just about adding years to life, but about adding life to those years, and science continues to uncover exactly how daily actions shape this possibility. Studies on aging show that the way cells age can be slowed and sometimes even partially reversed through consistent healthy choices. At the center of this process is something called cellular health. Every organ, every muscle, every thought, and every heartbeat depends on the state of your cells. When cells are damaged by inflammation, oxidative stress, or poor lifestyle habits, the entire body begins to break down. But when cells are protected and nourished, they function like strong engines that keep you moving forward with vitality. Morning routines that hydrate the body, feed it proper nutrients, and provide oxygen through movement directly support these cells, lowering the pace of aging and increasing longevity. One of the strongest scientific markers of aging is telomere length. Telomeres are the protective caps at the ends of your DNA, and every time your cells divide, these caps shorten. The shorter they become, the more vulnerable your body is to disease and decline. Research published in journals on aging and genetics has shown that lifestyle choices, especially those related to morning practices such as exercise, balanced nutrition, and stress management, can slow telomere shortening. In some cases, these habits can even lengthen them again, which translates into more years of healthy life. This means that every morning you choose hydration, movement, and mindful focus. You are not just starting your day, you are protecting your DNA from the damage of time. The science of longevity also reveals that inflammation is one of the biggest drivers of aging. Chronic inflammation accelerates conditions like arthritis, heart disease, diabetes, and even memory decline. What's powerful is that the body naturally fights inflammation when given the right support, and mornings are the most effective time to activate this defense. Drinking water first thing flushes toxins. Eating foods rich in antioxidants reduces inflammatory markers, and light movement improves circulation, carrying nutrients to cells while clearing waste. These simple acts, backed by countless studies, are proven to reduce inflammatory responses in the body. Over time, that reduction translates into stronger immunity, fewer illnesses, and more years lived with strength and independence. Hormonal balance is another key piece of the longevity puzzle. After 65, hormones that regulate energy, muscle growth, and mood tend to decline. Yet research shows that consistent routines help stabilize these levels. For example, morning sunlight exposure stimulates the production of serotonin, the neurotransmitter that regulates mood, and helps produce melatonin later in the evening for better sleep. Adequate protein in the morning supports muscle-building hormones, protecting against sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. Gentle movement increases insulin sensitivity, lowering the risk of type 2 diabetes and keeping blood sugar levels steady. These are not minor benefits, they are life-extending ones, because when hormones remain balanced, the entire body functions more efficiently and ages more slowly. Brain health is equally tied to longevity, and once again, morning habits play a crucial role. Neurological studies have proven that people who engage in mental stimulation after waking, such as reading, writing, or solving puzzles, build cognitive reserve. This reserve acts like a shield against dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Additionally, deep breathing and mindfulness reduce stress hormones that damage neurons, while proper nutrition fuels the brain with glucose in a steady, controlled way. The brain consumes about 20% of the body's total energy, so what you feed it and how you treat it each morning has a lasting impact on your memory, clarity, and creativity as the years go on. Protecting your brain is one of the most effective ways to ensure that longevity means not just more years, but more years lived with mental sharpness. Another fascinating discovery in the science of aging is the role of mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses inside your cells. Healthy mitochondria give you energy, protect against fatigue, and regulate metabolism. As you age, these mitochondria can weaken, but research shows that exercise, hydration, and nutrient-rich foods repair and strengthen them. Morning movement, in particular, has been proven to stimulate the production of new mitochondria, a process called mitochondrial biogenesis. This is one of the reasons why consistent light exercise is linked to longer lifespan and reduced disease risk. By choosing to move every morning, you are literally powering up the engines inside your cells to keep your body running efficiently for decades. Longevity is not luck, and it is not a mystery. It is the result of thousands of small, intentional choices made day after day, especially in the hours after waking. Genetics may open the door, but it is daily routines that decide how far you walk through it. Populations across the world who consistently live past 100 years old share this truth. Their mornings are structured around simple, repeatable practices that protect their heart, brain, and body. They are not doing extraordinary things. They are doing ordinary things consistently, and that consistency compounds over years into decades of extended life. The science is clear, and the choice is yours. Mornings are the gateway to longevity, and the actions you take when the sun rises determine how many more times you will see it rise in the future. Hydration. First thing, one of the most powerful habits you can practice each morning, and one of the simplest, is hydration. After a full night of sleep, your body is in a state of fasting. You have gone 7, 8, sometimes even 9 hours without any water, and during that time, your body has been busy repairing, detoxifying, and regulating countless functions. When you wake, your cells are thirsty, your blood is thicker, and your organs are waiting for replenishment. Reaching for a glass of water immediately after waking is like giving life back to your system. It reactivates every process, improves circulation, and prepares your body for the day ahead. Studies published in cardiovascular and medical journals confirm that dehydration, especially in the morning, raises the risk of heart attack and stroke. This is because when the body is dehydrated, blood becomes more concentrated, increasing strain on the heart and slowing oxygen delivery to the brain. A simple glass of water can thin the blood, lower stress on the cardiovascular system, and reduce the likelihood of dangerous clotting. For someone over 65, this single act of hydration each morning can dramatically cut the risk of sudden heart events, which are most common in the early hours of the day. This is not theory, but proven fact. Water protects your heart, and when taken at the right time, it can save your life. Hydration also directly supports kidney function. As you age, kidneys become less efficient at filtering waste, and dehydration makes this decline even worse. Drinking water first thing in the morning flushes out toxins that have built up overnight, supporting kidney health and reducing the risk of stones or damage. Strong kidney function is critical for overall longevity because kidneys regulate blood pressure, balance minerals, and filter out harmful compounds that accelerate aging. Starting the day with water gives your kidneys the support they need to keep you strong for decades to come. Digestion also benefits when hydration comes before anything else. Overnight, the digestive system slows down, but water helps wake it up, preparing the stomach and intestines for the day's meals. It activates the gut, promotes healthy bowel movements, and prevents constipation, which becomes more common as people age. A well-functioning digestive system improves nutrient absorption, and nutrient absorption is the foundation of every other system in the body. Without proper hydration, vitamins, minerals, and proteins cannot be used efficiently, no matter how healthy your diet is. This means that even the best breakfast loses much of its power if it is not supported by water first. Hydration is also a natural energy booster. Many people believe fatigue in the morning comes from lack of sleep or age, but in reality, mild dehydration is one of the most common causes of morning tiredness. Research shows that even a 1 to 2% drop in hydration can lead to brain fog, mood changes, and decreased alertness. Water restores this balance, improves mental clarity, and strengthens focus. For older adults, this clarity is not only about feeling awake, it is about reducing the risk of falls, accidents, and poor decision-making caused by foggy thinking. A hydrated brain is a safer, sharper, and longer-lasting brain. Another benefit of drinking water, first thing, is how it regulates metabolism. Metabolic rate, which is how efficiently your body burns energy, naturally slows with age. Yet hydration stimulates thermogenesis, a process that gently boosts metabolism and helps maintain a healthy weight. Weight management is critical for longevity because excess weight increases the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and joint problems. By starting each day with water, you are giving your metabolism the fuel it needs to stay active, supporting both health and independence as you age. It is not only the act of drinking water that matters, but also the quality and consistency of the habit. Room temperature or slightly warm water is best because it is easier for the body to absorb and gentler on the stomach. Some people add a slice of lemon for flavor and an extra dose of vitamin C, which supports immunity and fights free radicals that damage cells. Whether plain or infused, the key is to make it a non-negotiable part of your morning, just like brushing your teeth. When repeated daily, this small action compounds into powerful protection for your heart, brain, kidneys, and metabolism. Longevity science makes it clear, simple, repeatable actions are the foundation of a long life. Drinking water first thing in the morning costs nothing, requires no special equipment, and takes less than a minute, yet it is one of the most protective habits you can build. Over years, that habit can mean the difference between living with energy and independence, or facing the weight of chronic disease. Every sip you take in the morning is an investment in 30 more years of health, strength, and vitality. It is not just water. It is life itself poured into your body, one glass at a time. Gentle movement, just as hydration awakens the inside of your body, gentle movement awakens the outside. After hours of lying still, muscles stiffen, joints tighten, and circulation slows. Without deliberate movement in the morning, the body remains sluggish, making you more vulnerable to pain, imbalance, and weakness throughout the day. But when you give your body a few minutes of light activity after waking, you send a powerful signal to every system it is time to come alive. Stretching, walking, or practicing slow, controlled movements not only loosens the body, but also strengthens it at its foundation. Science confirms that regular movement, even in short and gentle forms, is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Studies on older adults reveal that just 10 to 15 minutes of light exercise in the morning can improve mobility, preserve muscle mass, and lower the risk of falls. Falls are one of the most dangerous threats after 65, often leading to fractures, loss of independence, and in many cases, a shorter life. Gentle movement each morning strengthens balance, coordination, and joint stability, significantly reducing that risk. It is not about intensity or heavy exercise. It is about consistency and keeping the body active every day. Muscle preservation is also a critical reason why morning movement is essential. After the age of 65, the body naturally loses muscle at a rate of about 1% per year, a process called sarcopenia. Left unchecked, this decline weakens not only strength, but also metabolism, immunity, and even the ability to heal from illness. Yet research proves that daily activity slows this process dramatically. Light, strength-based movements, stretches, or even brisk walking help preserve muscle fibers, keeping them strong and functional. Strong muscles mean independence, and independence means freedom to live those extra years with dignity and strength. Joint health is another major benefit of morning activity. Joints are lubricated by a fluid called synovial fluid, which thickens during rest and makes movement stiff at first. Gentle stretching and mobility exercises warm this fluid, allowing joints to glide smoothly and reducing pain. This simple habit protects against arthritis progression and keeps your range of motion intact. People who move their joints consistently every morning enjoy better flexibility and less stiffness, which directly improves quality of life. Circulation also improves with movement, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every organ. When you stretch or walk, your heart pumps more efficiently, sending blood to the brain and muscles. This rise in circulation supports mental clarity, boosts energy, and aids digestion. Studies show that light morning exercise can lower blood pressure, reduce cholesterol, and regulate blood sugar, three of the most important factors for preventing heart disease and diabetes. Even a short routine performed right after waking can set a healthier rhythm for your entire cardiovascular system throughout the day. Another overlooked benefit of gentle movement is its impact on the nervous system. Slow, controlled breathing combined with light stretching or yoga-like poses activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's natural calm mode. This lowers stress, reduces anxiety, and stabilizes mood. Chronic stress is one of the most damaging forces on longevity, weakening immunity and accelerating cellular aging. By calming the nervous system first thing in the morning, movement not only strengthens the body, but also shields it from stress-related harm. Mental health thrives under this practice as well. Movement releases endorphins, the brain's natural feel-good chemicals. These chemicals elevate mood, reduce pain perception, and promote optimism. Optimism itself is a predictor of longer life. Studies consistently show that people with a positive outlook live years longer than those with negative perspectives. Beginning the day with activity provides a natural mood lift that carries into every decision, interaction, and experience that follows. It is not only about living longer, it is about living happier. The beauty of gentle movement is that it requires no special equipment or location. Simple stretches by your bedside, a few minutes of slow walking inside your home, or a short outdoor stroll are enough to provide these benefits. Tai Chi, yoga, or light resistance exercises are excellent choices as well, but the most important factor is consistency. The body thrives on routine, and when you repeat these movements every morning, they become part of your identity. Over years, that identity shapes your health and extends your life. Longevity is built on foundations, and movement is one of the strongest. It preserves strength, protects joints, boosts circulation, balances mood, and sharpens the mind. It transforms the body from stiff and vulnerable to flexible and resilient. Combined with hydration, it creates momentum that carries through the day, building a lifestyle that resists decline and promotes vitality. These are not small benefits. They are life-extending ones. Every stretch, every step, every breath you take in motion is a deposit into your future health account. And the reward is not only more years, but more years lived fully, freely, and joyfully. Breathing and oxygen flow. Breathing is something we do automatically, yet most people never realize how powerful it can be when done with intention. The way you breathe each morning can either energize your entire system or leave you feeling drained. Shallow breathing, which is common as people age, limits oxygen intake and reduces the amount of life-giving energy delivered to your cells. Deep, controlled breathing, on the other hand, expands lung capacity, improves circulation, and supplies every organ with the oxygen it needs to thrive. After 65, when lung efficiency naturally declines, practicing conscious breathing in the morning becomes one of the most important habits for extending both life and vitality. Oxygen is the fuel of life. Every cell in your body relies on it to function, repair, and stay alive. Without enough oxygen, cells weaken, inflammation rises, and aging accelerates. Research shows that people with higher lung capacity live longer, healthier lives than those with weaker lungs. By practicing deep breathing exercises in the morning, you train your lungs to work more efficiently, keeping them strong even in later years. This not only reduces the risk of respiratory illnesses, but also supports heart health, brain function, and overall longevity. The simple act of drawing air deeply into your lungs is one of the most powerful tools you have to slow aging. Deep breathing also improves circulation. When oxygen enters your lungs and transfers to your blood, it helps red blood cells carry nutrients more effectively. This ensures that your brain, muscles, and organs receive the fuel they need to work at their best. For older adults, this can mean sharper memory, steadier energy, and quicker recovery from daily stress. Circulatory health is directly tied to longevity, and oxygen-rich blood keeps the system strong. Studies confirm that breathing exercises lower blood pressure, reduce heart strain, and even help regulate blood sugar levels, all crucial for living decades longer in good health. Morning is the perfect time to practice this because your body is just waking up, your lungs are clear, and your mind is open to setting the tone for the day. Breathing deeply first thing sends a signal of calm and balance to the entire nervous system. Instead of starting the day in a rush or under stress, you begin with control and clarity. This shift reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that accelerates aging, and replaces it with a state of relaxation and focus. Over time, this practice lowers anxiety, strengthens emotional resilience, and protects both the heart and brain from the harmful effects of chronic stress. One of the most effective techniques is diaphragmatic breathing, often called belly breathing. By drawing air deep into the diaphragm instead of shallowly into the chest, you maximize oxygen exchange. This type of breathing strengthens the lungs, massages internal organs, and improves lymphatic flow, which helps remove toxins from the body. Even just 5 minutes of diaphragmatic breathing in the morning can increase oxygen saturation, improve mental clarity, and energize the body. Another proven method is paced breathing, such as inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 4, and exhaling for 6 to 8 counts. This slows the heart rate, lowers blood pressure, and creates a sense of calm that lasts for hours. Beyond physical health, oxygen-rich breathing directly supports brain function. The brain consumes more oxygen than any other organ, and when it does not receive enough, cognitive decline sets in. Regular breathing exercises improve concentration, memory, and reaction time. Studies show that deep breathing can even increase gray matter in areas of the brain related to learning and decision-making. This means better protection against dementia and sharper thinking well into later years. By committing to mindful breathing each morning, you are literally feeding your brain the energy it needs to stay young. Breathing practices also strengthen immunity. Oxygen helps white blood cells fight off infections and reduces the presence of harmful bacteria in the body. People who consistently practice breathing exercises show lower rates of illness and recover faster when they do get sick. For older adults, whose immune systems naturally weaken with age, this added layer of defense is priceless. It ensures that you stay active, resilient, and protected against the common health threats that shorten lifespan. Another overlooked benefit is how breathing connects the body and mind. When you breathe slowly and deeply, you anchor yourself in the present moment. This reduces mental clutter and sharpens focus. People who start their day with mindful breathing are more likely to stay calm under pressure, make healthier choices, and approach life with positivity. Optimism, as research shows, is strongly linked to longer lifespan. This means that your morning breathing practice is not only fueling your cells, but also shaping your mindset for a longer, happier life. The simplicity of this habit is what makes it so powerful. You do not need equipment, money, or even much time. All it takes is awareness and consistency. A few minutes each morning spent breathing with intention can transform your health from the inside out. It strengthens your lungs, energizes your cells, protects your heart, sharpens your brain, and calms your mind. It is one of the most accessible and effective longevity practices you can adopt, and it begins the moment you open your eyes. Morning sunlight exposure, just as breathing fills your body with oxygen and energy, stepping into the morning light fills it with life. Sunlight is not just warmth on your skin, it is a biological signal that resets your entire system. When natural light enters your eyes and touches your skin, it activates processes that regulate hormones, strengthen bones, and balance your internal clock. After 65, when the body becomes more vulnerable to imbalance, this simple habit of morning sunlight exposure becomes one of the most powerful tools to extend both health and years of life. The most important gift sunlight provides is vitamin D. This vitamin is not just a nutrient, it functions more like a hormone, influencing over 1,000 processes in the body. Vitamin D strengthens bones by helping your body absorb calcium, but its role goes far beyond that. It supports immunity, regulates mood, and protects the heart. Deficiency in vitamin D has been linked to osteoporosis, higher risk of infections, cardiovascular disease, and even cognitive decline. For older adults, this deficiency is common because skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D with age. A few minutes of morning sun each day can replenish this vital nutrient naturally, helping maintain bone strength and reducing the risk of fractures, one of the greatest dangers to longevity. Sunlight also plays a critical role in regulating the circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock that controls sleep, energy, and repair. Morning light exposure tells your brain that it is daytime, boosting alertness and setting the timer for melatonin production later in the evening. This means better sleep at night, which is essential for memory, healing, and hormone balance. Research shows that people who get consistent morning sunlight fall asleep faster, sleep more deeply, and wake up more refreshed. For someone over 65, better sleep translates directly into longer life, because quality rest reduces inflammation, lowers risk of heart disease, and sharpens the mind. Exposure to morning light also improves mental health. Sunlight increases serotonin, often called the happiness hormone. Higher serotonin levels elevate mood, reduce depression, and encourage a sense of calm optimism. This is especially important as you age because mental well-being is tightly connected to physical health and longevity. Studies have shown that people with higher serotonin levels not only feel better, but also live longer, healthier lives. Morning sunlight is a natural antidepressant, and unlike medication, it comes with no negative side effects, only life-extending benefits. The cardiovascular system benefits as well. Research indicates that sunlight exposure triggers the release of nitric oxide in the skin and blood vessels. Nitric oxide relaxes blood vessels, lowers blood pressure, and improves circulation. High blood pressure is one of the most significant risk factors for heart attack and stroke after 65. And daily exposure to sunlight has been shown to help keep it under control. This means that a short walk outside in the morning is not only refreshing, it is actively protecting your heart and extending your life expectancy. Sunlight even influences weight regulation and metabolism. Studies have found that early morning light helps regulate appetite hormones, such as leptin and ghrelin, reducing cravings and improving energy balance. People who get natural light early in the day are more likely to maintain a healthy weight, which is crucial for preventing diabetes, joint problems, and other age-related diseases. Combined with gentle movement and hydration, sunlight completes a cycle of morning practices that optimize metabolism and protect against decline. Another overlooked benefit of sunlight is its impact on the immune system. Vitamin D from sunlight enhances the activity of white blood cells, which are the body's first line of defense against infections. Older adults often experience weakened immunity, but morning sun strengthens those defenses, reducing the frequency and severity of illnesses. Stronger immunity not only keeps you healthier day to day, but it also means your body spends less energy fighting off disease, leaving more strength for repair and renewal. This adds quality to the extra years you gain. It is important to understand that timing matters. Morning sunlight is gentler, with lower ultraviolet intensity compared to midday, which makes it safer for the skin while still delivering its benefits. Just 10 to 15 minutes of direct exposure on the skin and eyes, without sunglasses for a short time, is enough to activate these processes. This habit costs nothing, takes little effort, and yet influences every major system in the body, from bones to brain to heart. When combined with hydration, gentle movement, and conscious breathing, morning sunlight creates a harmony within the body that slows down the aging process. Each of these practices amplifies the other, and sunlight serves as the natural rhythm setter that binds them together. It is nature's signal to your body that life is beginning again today, and that it should function at its highest potential. By honoring this signal, you align your body with the natural cycles that humans were designed to follow. Longevity is not about complexity. It is about returning to the simplest and most natural practices that your body was built to thrive on. Morning sunlight is one of those timeless gifts. It strengthens bones, protects the heart, sharpens the mind, balances hormones, and elevates mood. It is free, it is available every day, and it has the power to add decades of health to your life. By stepping into the light each morning, you are not only starting your day, you are choosing to live longer, stronger, and brighter. Balanced morning nutrition food is the body's fuel, but after 65, it becomes more than that. It is medicine, it is protection, and it is the foundation on which every organ depends. The choices made at the breakfast table can decide how much energy you will have, how sharp your mind will remain, and how resilient your body will be in the decades ahead. Skipping or ignoring the importance of a balanced morning meal may not seem dangerous, but the truth is, the first meal after waking sets the rhythm for your metabolism, hormones, and immune system for the entire day. To live longer and healthier, you must approach breakfast not as an option, but as an investment in life. The most powerful way to start is by focusing on protein. As the body ages, it naturally loses muscle mass, a process called sarcopenia. This weakens strength, slows metabolism, and makes you more vulnerable to falls and fractures. Protein-rich foods like eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, nuts, or plant-based sources such as lentils and tofu provide the essential amino acids that preserve muscle tissue. Research shows that older adults who consume sufficient protein in the morning not only maintain stronger bodies, but also stabilize blood sugar levels, which prevents mid-morning fatigue and reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes. A protein-focused breakfast creates stability in both energy and mood, keeping you active and engaged throughout the day. Alongside protein, fiber is another vital element. After 65, digestion often slows, leading to constipation and discomfort. Fiber from whole grains, oats, chia seeds, flax seeds, or fruits like apples and berries not only supports smooth digestion, but also feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. These bacteria are crucial for immunity, brain function, and even emotional health. A fiber-rich breakfast also lowers cholesterol, reduces blood pressure, and keeps your arteries clear, directly protecting your heart. By starting the day with fiber, you are nurturing both the gut and the cardiovascular system, two of the most important guardians of longevity. Healthy fats should never be feared. In fact, they are essential. The brain is nearly 60% fat, and after 65, protecting cognitive function becomes a priority. Foods like avocados, walnuts, and especially omega-3 sources such as salmon or chia seeds provide the building blocks that keep brain cells flexible and communication sharp. Omega-3 fatty acids have been shown to reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease, improve memory, and calm inflammation throughout the body. Pairing healthy fats with protein and fiber also slows digestion, keeping you satisfied longer and preventing blood sugar spikes that can lead to fatigue or weight gain. Hydration is just as important as solid food. Overnight, the body becomes mildly dehydrated, which can thicken the blood, strain the heart, and cause dizziness or confusion. Drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning is essential, but adding electrolytes through coconut water, mineral water, or even a small pinch of sea salt can restore balance more effectively. Herbal teas such as green tea or chamomile provide antioxidants that protect cells from damage, support the liver, and reduce inflammation. Starting the day well hydrated ensures every system, from kidneys to brain, functions at its best. Antioxidants must also be part of your morning. These are natural compounds that protect your cells from oxidative stress, which accelerates aging. Fresh fruits like blueberries, strawberries, oranges, and kiwi are rich in vitamin C and flavonoids that boost immunity and repair tissues. Vegetables such as spinach or kale in a morning smoothie add lutein and beta-carotene, protecting vision and supporting skin health. Studies show that people who consume a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables each morning experience lower rates of chronic disease and slower cognitive decline. Antioxidants essentially act as shields, keeping your cells youthful and resilient against daily wear. Equally important is controlling portion size and avoiding processed sugars. A heavy, high-sugar breakfast floods the body with glucose, spikes insulin, and leaves you exhausted within hours. Over time, this contributes to weight gain, diabetes, and even dementia. Choosing whole foods balanced in protein, fiber, fats, and antioxidants ensures steady energy and reduces cravings. The key is moderation and balance, enough to nourish, but never so much that digestion steals your energy. Another overlooked element is mindful eating. Eating slowly, chewing thoroughly, and appreciating your meal activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which improves digestion, reduces stress, and helps the body absorb nutrients more efficiently. Stress at mealtime interferes with nutrient absorption, while calm eating allows the body to benefit fully from the food you provide it. This practice transforms breakfast into not just nourishment for the body, but also peace for the mind. The goal of balanced morning nutrition is not to restrict, but to build strength, clarity, and resilience. By feeding your body with the right nutrients early in the day, you set a foundation that carries you with vitality into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Every choice compounds, and the effects are visible not only in how you feel, but in the years you add to your life. Stronger muscles, sharper thinking, a healthier heart, and smoother digestion all are built from the food you choose when the day begins. Aging with vitality is not luck, it is the daily decision to give your body what it needs most. And one of the simplest, most effective ways to do this is through a breakfast designed to strengthen, protect, and energize you. With protein for muscles, fiber for digestion, fats for the brain, antioxidants for protection, and hydration for balance, you hold in your hands the formula for longevity every single morning. The body is always ready to respond to nourishment, no matter your age, and every well-chosen meal can add strength to your years and years to your life. Gentle morning exercise, the body thrives on movement, and after 65, gentle exercise in the morning is one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself. It awakens muscles, activates circulation, and primes the brain for clarity and focus. Exercise at this time of day is not about intensity or pushing the body beyond its limits. It is about steady, consistent activity that supports longevity. Even light movements can trigger profound changes because motion signals every system of the body to function at its best. By dedicating a few minutes to gentle exercise each morning, you are not only maintaining mobility but also strengthening the foundation for decades of health. One of the most important benefits of morning exercise is the preservation of muscle strength. With age, muscle naturally declines, and this can lead to weakness, slower metabolism, and greater risk of falls. Light strength-based movements such as squats using only your body weight, wall push-ups, or resistance band stretches provide enough stimulus to keep muscles strong without strain. Maintaining muscle also helps regulate blood sugar, which lowers the risk of diabetes and supports steady energy throughout the day. Strong muscles protect your independence, and protecting independence is key to living longer, healthier years. Equally important is the effect of exercise on circulation. Each movement helps blood flow more efficiently, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every organ. This circulation keeps the heart strong, reduces stiffness in the arteries, and improves brain function by ensuring the brain receives adequate blood supply. Gentle aerobic activities such as walking, cycling on a stationary bike, or light dancing not only raise the heart rate slightly, but also encourage the release of endorphins that elevate mood. A healthier heart and clearer mind are direct results of even short daily exercise sessions, and these benefits compound over time into lasting protection against disease. Flexibility and balance also need attention, and morning is the ideal time to nurture them. Stiff joints and reduced balance increase the risk of injury, but stretching movements and balance exercises counteract these challenges. Simple stretches for the arms, legs, and back restore mobility, while standing on one leg or practicing slow, controlled steps trains the body to remain stable. Yoga and Tai Chi are especially effective for older adults, combining gentle movement, flexibility training, and balance improvement with calm breathing. Studies show that consistent practice of these exercises reduces the risks of falls, lowers stress, and enhances overall well-being. Beyond the physical body, morning exercise sharpens the mind. Movement increases blood flow to the brain and stimulates the production of chemicals that enhance memory, focus, and learning. Research confirms that people who remain active as they age show slower cognitive decline and lower risk of dementia. Even a brisk 15-minute walk outside in the morning can create a noticeable difference in mental clarity and emotional stability. The brain thrives on movement, and each step you take is a step toward protecting memory and extending the years of mental sharpness. Exercise also plays a critical role in reducing inflammation. Chronic inflammation is one of the main drivers of aging, linked to heart disease, arthritis, diabetes, and even some cancers. Gentle physical activity lowers inflammatory markers in the body and strengthens the immune system, making you more resistant to illness. By incorporating consistent movement into your mornings, you are actively slowing the biological aging process and giving your body the tools it needs to repair and restore itself. Breathing naturally deepens during exercise, which provides another layer of health benefits. Deeper breaths bring more oxygen into the body, supporting heart and lung function while calming the nervous system. Pairing exercise with conscious breathing amplifies this effect, helping to reduce anxiety, balance hormones, and improve sleep quality later in the evening. This integration of breath and motion creates a rhythm that keeps both body and mind in harmony. The beauty of morning exercise is that it requires no special equipment or complex routines. What matters most is consistency. A short daily practice, even 10 to 20 minutes, is enough to maintain strength, flexibility, circulation, and balance. The body responds to repetition, and every morning you choose to move, you are training your body to remain capable and resilient for years to come. Whether it is stretching, walking, or practicing yoga, the key is to make it a non-negotiable part of your morning rhythm. The rewards of gentle morning exercise are visible in how you feel each day. Energy rises, mood stabilizes, digestion improves, and sleep becomes deeper. Long-term, the benefits multiply: reduced risk of chronic disease, greater independence, sharper thinking, and more years added to life. By moving your body each morning, you are not simply exercising, you are signaling to every cell that life is still active, strong, and worth preserving. True longevity is not just about surviving, it is about living fully with energy and freedom. Gentle morning exercise ensures your body remains a vessel strong enough to carry you through the years ahead. It is a commitment to motion, a declaration that you are not giving in to decline, but choosing to rise with vitality. Each stretch, each step, each breath is a reminder that movement is life, and life is worth extending. Morning mindfulness and stress reduction. Just as movement strengthens the body, stillness strengthens the mind. Beginning the morning with mindfulness and stress reduction practices creates a foundation of calm that carries through the entire day. Stress is one of the greatest enemies of longevity, silently damaging the heart, disrupting digestion, weakening immunity, and accelerating aging. The body was never designed to handle constant tension, and when stress becomes chronic, it shortens lifespan. But the opposite is also true. Calm, centered mornings can protect health, extend life, and bring more joy to the years ahead. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing awareness to the present moment. It trains the mind to release the weight of yesterday and the fear of tomorrow, allowing you to fully inhabit today. For someone over 65, this is especially powerful because it reduces cortisol, the primary stress hormone that contributes to high blood pressure, belly fat, weakened bones, and poor sleep. By lowering cortisol each morning through simple mindful practices, you prevent damage at the cellular level and create conditions for healing. Cells thrive when stress is low, and thriving cells are the foundation of a long, healthy life. One of the simplest methods is mindful breathing. Sitting quietly and focusing on the inhale and exhale resets the nervous system. Deep, slow breaths activate the parasympathetic response, signaling the body to relax and repair. Even 5 minutes of mindful breathing each morning can lower heart rate, stabilize blood pressure, and improve oxygen delivery throughout the body. This calm state ripples outward, influencing not just the body but also the mind, creating clarity, patience, and emotional balance. Meditation is another effective practice. It does not need to be complicated or lengthy. Sitting quietly, closing the eyes, and focusing attention, whether on the breath, a calming word, or even the sounds of nature, can create measurable changes in the brain. Studies show that regular meditation increases gray matter density in areas related to memory and learning while reducing activity in regions associated with anxiety. This means that consistent practice protects cognitive function and sharpens the mind, reducing the risk of dementia and memory decline. For longevity, a sharper, calmer mind is just as vital as a strong heart or resilient muscles. Gratitude journaling is another way to transform stress into strength. Writing down even 3 things you are grateful for each morning shifts the brain's focus from problems to possibilities. This rewires neural pathways, making the mind more resilient to negative thinking. Gratitude has been scientifically linked to lower levels of inflammation, stronger immune function, and improved sleep quality. It is not just a positive mindset exercise. It is a physiological tool for health and long life. Gentle mindfulness practices also support emotional health. After 65, many face loneliness, loss, or uncertainty, which can erode mental well-being. Mindfulness helps process these emotions with acceptance rather than resistance. Instead of being consumed by them, you learn to observe them, allowing them to pass. This reduces depression, lifts mood, and promotes a sense of peace. A calm mind creates a calm body, and both are essential for living longer with quality. Nature can also play a role in mindfulness. Sitting outside in the morning, listening to birds, feeling the air on your skin, or observing sunlight through the trees grounds the mind and reduces stress naturally. Studies show that spending time in natural environments lowers blood pressure, improves mood, and enhances immune function. Combining mindful breathing or meditation with time outdoors doubles the benefit, creating a state of both inner and outer harmony. Another overlooked aspect of mindfulness is its effect on relationships. People who practice mindfulness regularly are more patient, empathetic, and present with others. Strong social connections are one of the greatest predictors of longevity, reducing the risk of disease and extending life expectancy. By beginning the day with practices that calm the mind and open the heart, you set the tone for healthier, more fulfilling interactions with loved ones, neighbors, and community members. Stress reduction is not only about what you do, but also what you avoid. Beginning the morning without immediately turning to negative news, social media, or stressful tasks gives your brain space to start the day in balance. Protecting this time as sacred creates a buffer that shields you from unnecessary anxiety. By choosing calm over chaos first thing in the morning, you decide how the rest of the day will unfold, and this control over your emotional state has profound health benefits. The link between mindfulness, stress reduction, and longevity is undeniable. Chronic stress shortens telomeres, the protective caps on DNA that determine how quickly cells age. Mindfulness practices have been shown to preserve telomere length, directly slowing the aging process at the genetic level. This means that every morning of mindfulness does not just make you feel better, it may actually be adding years to your life. True health is not only about the body, it is also about the mind and spirit. A strong body without a calm mind will always be vulnerable, but when both are nurtured, they create a shield that defends against the weight of aging. By cultivating mindfulness and reducing stress each morning, you give yourself the gift of peace, resilience, and vitality. This daily calm is more than a practice, it is a powerful medicine for long life. Cognitive stimulation and brain exercises, just as the body requires exercise to stay strong, the brain also thrives on daily training.